Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera everyone. Now we're gonna show you how to use the new feature in diagnosis. So when you enter the patient's record, go to the END, Examination and Diagnosis menu, and then go to the diagnosis. So now diagnosis has several features for a better structured data. So if you want to add a new diagnosis, click this button, add new diagnosis, and it will features a few layers of information. The first one is actually the region or structure. You can choose whether it's a tooth, quadrant, or sextant, whether it's a bone or hard tissues. And then you may also choose soft tissues available, or region intraorally, whether it's buccal mucosa, retromolar pad, soft palate, and all those. And then the last one is the region, whether the area of the disease or the lesions. You can choose either right, left as well in here, anterior, posterior, inferior, and superior also in here. All right. Once you've done that, I'm just gonna do um, the left, or I'm just gonna choose left over here, just for example. And then the next one, we actually have the new ICD-11 coding. So what you're gonna do is you have all the list of the ICD-11 in here. So if you want to do something like oral ulcer, for example, you can just type there and it will show you all the options for oral ulcers. Okay, so if it is a drug-induced oral ulcer, you can just click this one, DA 01.14, drug-induced oral ulcer. Just give a click there, and then it will shows up on the right. Okay, once it shows up on the right, if you agree with the description here, with this, which is the diagnosis that you're looking for, and then what you need to do is just to click the code here in the yellow box. Okay, just give a click, and then a prompt window will say drug induced oral ulcer is selected, and then click OK. All right, so that is for the ICD-11. So you can add multiple diagnosis in here, but we prefer for you to add the diagnosis one at each time. Okay, so if let's say ICD-11 diagnosis also listed for the next section, which is the dental diagnosis, you may do so. So here is under oral medicine and pathology. Go to the diseases of oral mucosa, and then there is an ulceration, and you can select any of those because the drug induced is not listed as the common one for the ulceration here. So you may choose either um, RAS or others. Okay, so I'm just gonna choose RAS here. Let's say minor, and that's it. And then if you want to put for the tooth, for caries, we are using iCDAS. So whatever you put in the odontogram, it will shows up over here. Okay, so this is whatever you put in the odontogram, it will shows up here, and you just can enter. So again, one diagnosis per entry. So maybe you just ignore this one first. If you have it, do it for the next one. Okay, so the next one is others. So others is if the diagnosis is not listed on the ICD-11 or in the dental diagnosis, you may use this others because this is a free text. So you are freely to provide any diseases that you think is not available above. All right. And then please do choose diagnosis, either differential diagnosis, provisional, or definitive. So I'm just gonna choose provisional. And then there is a prognosis as well. So we have a general prognosis, we have perio, and we have for the tooth diagnosis based on the endodontics. Okay. So I would probably choose fear as a general one. So because the disease is not from perio or for the tooth, so I'm just going to choose fear from the general, and then you can press submit button and click yes, save it. So once you have done this, it will shows up in the table like this. Okay, so it will show up as a ICD-11 that you have chosen, and also the dental diagnosis. Okay, so I did not choose ICDAS because this is only for this disease. So it's not something that you can mix up everything. So again, one entry per diagnosis. Okay, so if you have 17 diagnosis, even you have to have 17 lists in here. And then if you can look at here, the diagnosis type, you have put up I have put up a provisional earlier, so you can actually update this from time to time to become definitive or differential. So um, this is the provisional, so I'm just going to maintain that one first. And then if a student, your supervisor need to approve this with a QR code. Okay, but if you want to view what is the details of the diagnosis that I have chosen, you can click the view button and it will show up again what have been inserted. Okay, so that is generally what the diagnosis, the new diagnosis feature in our items is. All right, so I hope that you can use this diagnosis diligently, and in the near future, we will map the treatment plan provided with the diagnosis. So you need to have a good diagnosis for your patients. Good means you have to have an accurate diagnosis for your patient so that we can map to the treatment plan, which will be linked in the near future. With that, thank you very much.